Alright, so I got a number of things here just as a little wrap up before I'm done talking about this until my actual full video. So I tested out my games, and out of the 29 cartridges that I have, Space Station Silicon Valley is the only one that didn't work. I don't know why. And it's one where I cleaned it out and everything too. I tried changing all the settings to different things to see if it would work. But basically, what happened was it would get to a point where basically it would freeze. There, like in the intro credits, it would freeze. If I try to start a new game, I skipped over the intro credits and started a new game, it would freeze during the intro cinematic. And then if I went to this file that I had completed and I did that, as soon as I loaded up a level, it would freeze there too. But after cleaning it and trying all the different settings and everything, I did put it into my actual Nintendo 64, and it plays just fine. So the cartridge works, just not on the Analog 3D, which is a shame. But I mean, it's not like it's one of the most, revered games on the system, so maybe that's why. But, hopefully future patches and stuff can fix that and make that work. Um, as far as controllers, so I don't have a lot to say there necessarily either. The controller they give you, the controller that's made for this thing that you have to buy separately, I guess I should say. The 64 by 8-bit do. This thing is actually really, really good. I'll go into more details in the full video, but basically, all these face buttons, really nice. I like that the Z button is still kind of like a trigger. It's more of like a button than a trigger. It's got that buttony press at the end rather than feeling like a pressure trigger thing. So it's nice that you can have all these at your fingertips. The D-pad's pretty good. The control stick is what really impresses me because it feels like it's got that hard, molding on it, like an actual N64 controller does. But also, it feels like it's tuned just right. So, it doesn't feel exactly like an actual analog stick from the actual controller. It's very close, and like you can actually still move slightly and more extremely, rather than a lot of controllers that are way too sensitive when they have more modern sticks like this. So they did an excellent job with this controller, I think. As far as other controller compatibility, the thing is, as far as I've been looking up and everything here, the controller compatibility should be like, anything with an N64 plug should work, which pretty much did. The Brawler 64 works, the Tribute 64 worked, an Amazon whatever the fuck no name thing N64 clone controller that worked. It was a little hard to get it in the slot there for the controller port, but once I got it in, it worked. The only one that I really had issues with is actually the Tribute 64 wireless version, which is a shame because it has a better layout for it and stuff. The thing is, this is wireless, right? It has two ways to connect, and you have this thing that you can plug in that will plug in with your regular controller port there, and it allows you to put in accessories and stuff. Works on the N64 just fine, but on here, it's a no-go. It won't do anything. I can see the light lights up, so the controller can connect to this, but this doesn't seem to talk to that for whatever reason, which seems very strange to me. People online seem to say that it did work, so I don't know if I'm doing something incorrectly or I have to do some kind of update or something to it, but it doesn't work. It also has a USB connection to it, so you can use this little thing to, connect the USB part instead for other systems. And when I plugged this in, it was actually the weirdest thing because it would light up like it recognized it when I plugged it into the back, but it would actually just kill the system. The visuals would go away, nothing would happen. I had to turn the system off. I actually had to unplug the system one of the times. It's just so it's just something about plugging this into the back made it really screw up and actually made the system shut itself down. So that's kind of concerning. It's kind of weird. I will admit that at least when I looked on the page and everything for this in their user manual stuff, they kind of make it sound like for Bluetooth controllers and whatever that you can use, they really want you to use their 8-bit do controllers for that, or you can get a mod kit for an actual N64 controller, and you can open it up and put that in there to make that wireless. And that's another 8-bit do thing. If you use that, that will also sync up to here. But the thing is, one second, it's right over here. The controller everyone wants to use is this Nintendo 64, one for Nintendo Switch Online, and this will not sync up to it wirelessly like this. So I have ordered a, it's called Blue Retro. It's a controller adapter thing that supposedly is going to work in there to make this work, and a number of other controllers, like Switch Pro controller, like PlayStation controllers, Xbox controllers, that kind of stuff. But right now, it doesn't work. And I guess we'll see what that does, because I am pretty curious, because that would be a really nice controller to have to work with this. So if anything, I'd recommend getting a couple of those 8-bit Do controllers, if you're getting one of these, if you don't, especially if you don't already have controllers for this. They're going to be pretty handy. Also, for the game compatibility thing, I also mentioned that people talked about flash carts, EverDrive or whatever, stuff like that, and that those currently don't work. So they're waiting for either an update to the Analogue 3D firmware or the firmware on their particular carts, or maybe some combination of both to make them work there. Doesn't really bother me because I don't have those, but you should be aware of that. That's a thing. And also, I guess, I don't know. I don't have much else to really show right now or anything either. I mean, I got some things I'm going to do. I got a converter on the way as well, so I can have a direct conversion from my N64 to HDMI rather than having the upscaler that I have. So I have a few different things to compare. That's going to show up. I have Turok 2 on the way. That's going to be another thing to test out. So I'll test it 30 games by then, and let you know if there's anything else to talk about there. And I also did looking at the overclocking thing a bit, just to say that basically, I have the thing on my phone. Hold on. Because overclocking, I guess the different settings do mean something. Automatic is trying to have the best compatibility so things won't break. And let's see here. Where did I find that information? So basically, oh yeah, okay. So the enhanced mode overclocks. Enhanced gives you more memory. Enhanced Plus overclocks video, and then Unleashed overclocks the CPU performance. So basically, yeah, you can get your games to run better through stuff like that. That's interesting to me, but yeah, that's if you're curious about that, that's apparently what those different things do. I don't know. I guess basically, for the future here, this is the last little video. Just want to do a quick update of stuff. So sorry, there's not a lot of stuff to really show, but yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna get some stuff to test out for some more stuff with gaming. Get some video comparisons, both captured and with the camera. And I'm gonna look a little bit more into some of the stuff. I'm gonna look at seeing if I can get some custom art on there so that the cartridges will show stuff. And hopefully, maybe by the time my video is going to come out, which is probably going to be, honestly, sometime probably early next year at this point, when that comes out, I will delete all these videos and everything, because that should be a one-stop shop for all of this with timestamps and everything. But also, I'm planning to play through Banjo-Kazooie, do a full playthrough of that. You can see that, what it's like through here, and then give myself just some more time with the system before I say too much about it for my final thoughts on here. And then also, yeah, hopefully they'll have some kind of updates or something to that. Maybe I'll check out those updates if I know when they happen for the firmware. If they start adding more features and functionality, that would be great. But so far, this is all I have for you. So hopefully it's been interesting to look at a little bit. And you'll be seeing some gameplay and stuff soon. And like I said, it's probably early 2026 we're going to be looking at the actual my video about this, because unlike people who got this ahead of time and just kind of crammed and did a ton of it, I'm also a regular person trying to balance my own life a bit too. So I've been doing a lot of projects this month. That's been pretty busy. That's what's been going on. So hopefully this will be interesting. Hopefully looking forward to it. Anything else you want to know in particular for certain things like controllers and whatever, like I said, I've tried some USB controllers. I have a USB N64 controller that did not work at all. I have, all these things that are wireless won't connect to it. So if there's anything in particular you're still like looking to hear about or see about or whatever, let me know. I'll see what I can do to accommodate that within reason. But so far, first impressions, end of these, whatever, I'm happy. This is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with this. This is really neat, and it just makes me want to play all of my games. I played a lot more than I needed to. I probably just need to do like a boot test for most of these games, but I just kind of was like, I'll play like a level or something, and so I pissed away a lot of time just testing all of my games because it was really fun. I'm like, I want to play through all of these now, and that's a good problem to have. So I'll see you guys later.